we're going to start health, and we're going to start with some review questions. When is the best time to use deodorant? The best time to use deodorant is after your skin is clean. How often should you shower during the hot months? It's important to bathe every day. And let's see, what part of your body should you wash the most? That is your hands. Then we're talking about your fingernails. What's this hardening area of skin around your nails? It's not cute, but it is called your cuticle. Now, your body takes this nutrient, changes it into vitamin A. What is that? The nutrient is carotene. Now, how I remember this is you eat carrots, and then you have carotene, and this carotene changes into vitamin A. Because my dad always used to say, make sure you eat carrots, it's good for your eyesight. And then he would say, have you ever seen any rabbits that wear glasses? And I said, no, you're right. So, remember this, carrots have carotene. Carotene changes to vitamin A. Okay, so that is important to know. We will have a quiz very soon, and you will need to know all of this. Okay, so you know the hardened skin around your nail, your cuticles. What happens? What's it called when they crack and they break? That painful feeling is called a hangnail. Now, we talked about you can get a disease on your feet where they become red and itchy and flaky. Do you remember what that's called? It's called athlete's foot. That's why I told you guys when you're at camp to make sure you wash your feet and put some flip-flops on. Now, now listen to me carefully. When your nails are wet, let's say you got out of the shower and so your nails were wet and they've been soaking in water, this is the best time to clip your nails. Okay, so think about this. Right now these are hardened and it's hard to cut them when you go with the clippers. Clip, 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 clip. So it's better when they're softened by being wet. But if you're filing a nail, and I don't know if you've ever seen a file, but it kind of gives me a nail on the chalkboard feel. What you don't want is you don't want wet nails. Because think about that. Like, you have a nice shape of your nail, but then if you are rubbing this like hardened thing against a soft nail, your nail's it's gonna become very funny and flat looking. So, clip your nails while they're wet, but file your nails while they're dry. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, when you have fingernails, you should follow the rounded areas. So see how your nails kind of go rounded? You should cut your fingernails rounded. Your toes, you should cut straight across. So toes straight across and fingernails rounded. Now, if you cut your toenails too short or incorrectly, what you will get are things called ingrown toenails. This is your toenail growing under your skin. That's not good. Then we talked about hair, and make sure you do not brush your hair right after when it's wet, because your hair is twice as stretchy and it's not very smart to do that. And it's important to have vitamin A for healthy skin, hair, and nails. That's very important. And that's all we're going to talk about for review. Now we're going to go into something important. We're going to be talking about keeping lice away. I know this is kind of gross, right? But we're on page 88. Be with me on page 88. Head lice. Now I'm getting itchy already. Head lice, tiny insects that can infest your hair, suck blood from the scalp, causing it to itch. And guys, now my head itches. A female louse, so lice is plural, louse is one. Like mouse and mice, okay? Louse and lice. A female louse normally lives only 1 month. Each night, though, so she only lives for about 31 days, but each night she lays 6 eggs, known as nits. Okay? So this little female louse, she lives only about 31 days, but each night she's laying 6 eggs. Now think, if she lived a month, that's 186 eggs. Ah! And these eggs are called nits. And head lice attach their nits to hairs close to the scalp with a gummy substance. In 6 to 10 days, the nits hatch, resulting in more lice and then more nits. So, this female louse, she lives 31 days. She lays 6 eggs a day, so that's 186 eggs. During that time, those 186 eggs will all hatch, and then they will lay 6 eggs for their lifespan each day. So you can imagine how not taking care of that, you could have a whole outbreak in your hair. When I was a kid, there was this girl, and she didn't really her her parents didn't really take care of her hair very much, and because she was only in kindergarten, and she ended up getting tons of lice, and they ended up having to shave her hair off because they had made so many and embedded there that they couldn't pull them all out. So she had to get her hair shaved off, buzzed, and then wear a bandana on her head to school every day because of that. Now, I've had another friend, she was older, but she had lice on her hair because her hair was thin and they liked her hair, but she used a treatment and she was able to keep her hair, and they ended up dying because she caught it early. So that's why the school nurse sometimes will check for lice to make sure that you don't have lice on your hair. Okay? Now listen, head lice, this is good news. Head lice cannot leap from person to person. They are usually spread through direct contact of people's heads. So that girl that I knew, I didn't catch a lice from her unless we would have been head to head. So maybe if your desk was like right next to someone and you were literally like right next to someone, then you could catch it that way, but you're not really gonna get it even if you're sitting like a desk apart, because it doesn't jump from head to over to another head, which is good news because that's gross if that could happen. So because head lice can travel quickly from one head to another, however, they spread easily to others at home and at school. Because, think about when you guys are all standing in line together and you were like right next to each other, or then you're using the bathroom, or you're playing at recess and you guys have contact with each other. That's why, if one person gets it, then it gets really scary. So it's important to be checking your head. A person who becomes infested with lice should use a specially medicated shampoo to kill the lice and the nits. A second shampooing is usually recommended in 7 days. They have this shampoo for lice if you get them. Okay, so think about it. Lice, their eggs are called nits, okay? And you want to keep those away from your hair. Dressing for good health. Keep your clothes clean. Wearing clean clothes is also a part of good personal hygiene. The clothes next to your skin become soiled from perspiration, oil, and bacteria on the epidermis. Thus, they should be changed daily to protect your body from diseases. Your mother probably washes your clothes and keeps them mended, but it is your responsibility to keep them clean and neat. When you get home from school, you should change your clothes before you go outside to work or play. Your outer clothing sometimes can be worn more than one time before it has to be washed or cleaned. If you wear your school clothes another day, be sure you neatly hang them on your closet or fold them and put them in your dresser. If you just shove them into a drawer or drop them on the furniture floor, what happens? They wrinkle. Because you always want to look and feel your best, you must keep your clothes neat. If something needs to be mended, be sure to tell your mother about it. When your clothes are dirty or soiled, put them with the clothes that need to be washed. Because your feet perspire or sweat, you need to wear clean socks every day. If your socks are not kept clean, your feet will have an unpleasant odor, and you may get athlete's foot, causing your feet to itch or become sore. Wearing clean socks will also keep the inside of your shoes clean. Do you regularly clean and polish your shoes? Your shoes, as well as your clothes, will wear longer and look nicer if they are cared for properly. So, don't be rolling around in the mud. Don't be running outside and getting those shoes all dirty on purpose. Make sure you take care of them and clean them. Your parents worked hard to provide those for you, so you need to make sure that you're keeping them clean. Before you go to bed, you should change your clothes again. You should not sleep in any of the clothes that you wore during the day, and your nightgown or pajamas need to be clean and fresh. Choose appropriate clothes. You should always wear clothes that are suitable for your age and suitable for what you are doing. Clothes that you wear to church are not appropriate to wear hiking, but they may be appropriate to wear to school. Are clothes that you wear to a music recital or to a party appropriate for horseback riding? Think about what you wear to the Christmas concert. Would you wear that horseback riding? Probably not. The shoes you wear should also be suitable for what you are doing. Some shoes do not give your feet enough support to prevent injuries when you're physically active, like wearing sandals when you're playing soccer. That's a good way to get hurt. To look well dressed, you do not need new or expensive clothes, but your clothes must be clean and neat. They should fit you well and look becoming on you. Of course, wrinkled or soiled clothes are never becoming. If your clothes are the right size but they do not look attractive on you, you may need to practice good posture habits. Poor posture can cause your clothes to fit poorly. You should avoid wearing tight, uncomfortable clothes because they can interfere with the circulation of your blood. So, don't wear clothes that are because then you could affect your circulation, and that's not good. And make sure your clothes are clean that you're wearing. Okay, we're on page 90. How would you describe a person with poor grooming habits? Would you say he is careless? Maybe lazy? Good personal hygiene is important to your health because it helps to prevent the spreading of diseases. Good grooming also affects the way you feel and the way others feel about you. When you are clean and neat and your clothes are appropriate for the occasion, you feel happy and full of energy. You know that you look well and thus you feel more comfortable around others. Alright, so what insects can infect your hair? Lice, yes. What are their eggs called? Their eggs are called nits. So lice lay nits. And name some ways that head lice are spread. Remember, they are not spread from jumping. They can't jump from person to person. They're only spread when you are head to head. So that's why I was saying when you're in class and let's say you were standing right next to someone or you're chasing them around outside, then you probably could get some from somebody that way because your heads are very close and almost touching. Alright, we're going to finish up this chapter tomorrow. And, but what I want you to do is I want you to reread 88 through 90 and go and start reading page 91 through 92. So you're going to actually you're going to read pages 88 through 92. 88 through 92. And then I think they wanted you to do the entire chapter checkup. But you can look at it and see if you can answer those questions. You know what? Let's just do it right now. Let's do it right now and see how well you remember stuff. Okay? But obviously you won't know the new stuff. During hot weather, you should bathe every day. Right. You should trim your nails when they are wet. But you should file your nails when they are dry. These actually will be on your quiz, the exact same questions, so make sure you know those two. The hardened skin around the nail is the cuticle, and a torn cuticle, which becomes sore, is a hangnail. A skin disease which causes sores between the toes and on the soles of the feet is known as athlete's foot. Two nutrients which are necessary for healthy skin, hair, and nails are protein and vitamin A. To look well dressed, your clothes must be clean and neat. Good hygiene helps prevent the spreading of diseases. Now we're going over these now, and if you don't know them, I would encourage you to write these down or listen to me carefully, because your quiz that you'll have in 2 days will be almost the exact same questions. Cleanliness begins in your home. And then section B, which part of your body needs to be washed the most often? Your hands. Which nutrient does your body change into vitamin A? Remember I said eat those carrots, carotene. How can ingrown toenails be prevented? Well, wear shoes that fit properly and also cut your toenails properly. Let's see, number 4, how or why should you dampen your hair before applying shampoo? Why should you dampen your hair? Because that way you use less shampoo and your hair is easier to rinse. Why should you not comb your hair when it is soaking wet? Because wet hair stretches and then it breaks easily. And how does keeping the kitchen clean help prevent the spreading of diseases? Well, we didn't go over that yet, I don't think, but harmful bacteria spread easily from unclean surroundings to food. So, like if you're working on a dirty counter and then you are cooking and preparing your food on a dirty counter, then that bacteria will get on your food, and that's not good. Alright, that's it for today. Like I said, reread page 88 up to 92. Tomorrow we'll finish reading 91 and 92, and then we'll have a quiz. So, I'll see you next time.